Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here. As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
We have been charged with the felling of monsters.
We have naught to fear if we default to the experience at our disposal.
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my... 'Tis in caverns such as these that monsters thrive.
Narrow passages may await us. Be on your guard.
Very well, if I must.
You have my protection.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Goblins, master!
We need red shrink from danger. We've the strength to prevail over anything.
Be on your guard. There are innumerable corners. Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
I say we give it a push and see what happens. you, Arisen. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say. Listen, you are full of surprises. I look forward to informing my own master of that strategy.
Now that is a surprise. One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next. Let us see what you're made of.
The Arisen has been torched! Quick!
I am grateful to you, Arisen.
I'll go and open the chest.
'Tis broken, but methinks there is still a way forward here.
All done then?
Splendid.
A flawless execution.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack. I must confess, naught rattles me quite so much as the unexpected snuffing of my lantern light.
I dare say that's part and parcel of the adventurous trade.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find. Putting that aside, ours is a party of women, by and large.
And I've no objections. Must we run everywhere? You are an impatient one, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Oi, you there! If you're fit to fight, give us a hand. Pray, lend us your aid.
We're in your debt.
Scatter the goblins! You've a strong arm. The goblins are well routed. You have my thanks. 'Twas a simple patrol mission, till we walked into their ambush. Those cursed things caught us entirely unawares. I don't know where we'd be if you hadn't come along. I pray you'll let me repay the favour, if e'er there's a chance.
This looks as if 'twould fetch a hefty sum.
Deeper pockets make for shallower troubles, they say.
This route has seen better days. But there's no sense lamenting it. We'll just have to take the long way round.
Forgive me if I do not jump for joy. Come to think of it, different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Each to their own.
Out of the cave at last.
Such dark depths take their toll on the spirit.
Tis no great shock to me.